And so one of the reasons why you want to start becoming healthy and fit is because it will actually be the foundation for the rest of your life. If you're sick or always dealing with ailments, you're always going to come up with an excuse of why you can't do something, right? Or you lack finances. You're going to say you can't do this or that because you're restricted. And you never want to be restricted by physical or financial reasons, because then the rest of your life you kind of like close in on yourself. Hey there, NAC Warriors. So apparently I lost the audio to the beginning of today's podcast, so I'm redoing the beginning part here. And to catch up where I do get the volume, essentially the question of the day is, what are the top 3 reasons we should exercise and lose weight or get healthy and fit? And what I began to say was, it's not, for me, it's not the typical reasons that normally people would expect to go out there. It's not about losing weight and feeling healthy. I mean, it is, but those are sort of like the last on a list, because what I was going to say was that if you focus on just the losing weight and feeling good about exercising, then you're gonna miss out, and essentially you're not gonna make it through the end. And that's sort of where I'm gonna drop here and pick up, or let the video pick up where I was before. So enjoy the rest of the audio that I did happen to catch. Then we can end up in a situation where we don't stay in our journey long enough. And what I mean by that is that you'll start your health and fitness journey, but it won't be very long before those things fizzle out, because the real reason you want to exercise is much deeper than that. So the top 3 reasons, the number 1 will always be your why. The second one is, I think, is more of a personal journey. And what I mean by that is that when you actually start going through life, and this isn't everybody's map, but I think this is a majority of people's map, is that you go through school, you're being taught by schools, your family, your social groupings, your friends, your cliques or whatever, of how you're supposed to be. Then you leave college, and then you're sort of on your own trying to figure things out. And what a lot of people then do is forget about the 2 main things, I think, in order to prepare you for, say, the rest of the world, which is working on you. Like, that whole time you're sort of like figuring yourself out, but at the same time you're not. Like, you can't really figure things out when everything's controlled, meaning that you go to school and you're taught a curriculum. When you go to work, yeah, there is some structure there. But when you try to figure out, like, actually start going out there and saying, did I pick the right career? Did I choose, am I doing the right things? Is this who I really stand for? Right? Now you're really starting to form this personality, like who you are. And that never truly comes out until you explore that. But what I find a lot of people end up doing, and they end up getting in trouble later on in life, is they haven't handled their finances and health. And one of the first things you need to do when you get out of college or schooling and hit the real world is really focus on your finances and health, because a lot of problems will come from those 2 things. And so one of the reasons why you want to start becoming healthy and fit is because it will actually be the foundation for the rest of your life. If you're sick or always dealing with ailments, you're always going to come up with an excuse of why you can't do something, right? Or you lack finances. You're going to say you can't do this or that because you're restricted. And you never want to be restricted by physical or financial reasons, because then the rest of your life you kind of like close in on yourself. And so if you can, and this is what I try to do when I was a manager with my team, was like really start getting them to think about, what are your dreams? What are your goals? But before we get into that, like you can't get out of this trap of work and do something you really enjoy until you handle your finances. Once your finances are in alignment, then the rest of your life will start moving. And so this is what I say, what I really encourage people to do is really get a hold of their health. And the byproduct of working on your health and fitness is that energy that you're going to need in whatever it is in your life, whether your customer is your business and who you're trying to serve, or whether that's your kids, your family. Like, everything out there is demanding your energy and attention. And I guess the third thing actually you would really want to hone in on is your time management. Like, what is going to get your attention? But if you're not there fully healthy or as healthy as you possibly can, the less your health is, the less you're going to show up for other people. And that may be hard for people to understand, and a lot of people push it off and just say, well, all these other things are priority. Again, you can't give those things 100% if you're not at 100%. You're giving them, let's say your health and fitness is at, here's 100% and you're at 80. You're giving them 100% of maybe the 80, but you're not giving them 100% of 100%, right? Or the other 20% that's yours, you're not giving to yourself. So you really need to understand that health and fitness just goes beyond first understanding why you do things and how that relates with your health and fitness is integral to leading to the second thing, which is really the fundamental. You can't show up to others until you're healthy and fit, right? If you're sick in the hospital or whatever, you see it. If you have a cold, it's really hard to help other people. And that's such an extreme. But what's interesting is probably most of you have never felt what it's like to have 100% health and fitness. So you've become normalized to the 80% full instead of 100% full. And once you get that 100%, you'll never want that 80%. And you'll actually get a little frustrated when you hit that 100 to actually drop down to the 80. But depending on our seasons of our life, we may need to be in 80, but some of you aren't even there. Some of you are at like 10% or even 1% health and fitness, right? And same with your finances. And then, of course, the third part of it is sort of the fluffy, high in the sky. We want to feel good, we want to look good, and all that stuff. But that's like a byproduct. Again, yesterday I kind of talked about, like, if you do the right things all the time, the rest of the stuff is going to come. So if you understand your why, and then you can really hone in and actually start working on your health and fitness, then the other stuff is going to come. And so those would be the three reasons why I would say somebody would want to start health and fitness, is because you will take your life to that next level. You may think that you're already giving 100%, but if you're tired, if you're dehydrated, if you're if you're emotionally not feeling good in your own body, you can pretend all you want. Subconsciously, you are showing up for other people. I'm not saying that, and you're showing up to them 100%, but you're showing up at 100% of whatever percent that you are at. If you're giving 100%, if you're only giving people 80% of the 50%, that's really what you're looking at. And a lot of people think, oh, it's fine, but it's you're really gypping yourself and those that you care about when you kind of put your health and fitness to the side. And again, I understand that there are seasons in life that we have to sort of like give and take. But again, there are 6 habits that we can work on that really can bring us to that brink, right? So maybe we can only hit 80. But again, I think most of you are probably, if you're not regularly exercising and working on those 6 habits, you're probably around at 5%. Now imagine you had the energy of 80% or 75% more energy than your 100%. Imagine how different your life would be at that moment in time, right? Same with your finances and your time management. Imagine you controlled that and managing your time. You got it at 75% manageable, and 25% is chaotic. And for your finances, maybe you're not at 100%, but you've now established a budget. You have a debt reduction plan. Like, you start feeling all these things like start giving you control and make you feel much, much better. And then when you start showing up in life, your meter's getting higher, and then you can give more. And you thought you were already giving more. I can tell you, if you're not doing these things, you have so much more to give, and you're shortchanging yourself and the people that you care about. All right, that's it for today's episode. I will see you tomorrow. And if you haven't already, jump into our Facebook group, because I'm going to be doing, actually tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the inside. And that's where I take people through the process of understanding like how to quickly research what's going on out there and how do we change things. Remember the almond thing that I posted about? That's where I find these things and like try them out and see how they work and everything. Also, don't forget the quick link below for the quick health. Again, if you just want to do quick exercises just to get started, this is like a warm-up thing. This is just like getting the habit of doing something into your life, and it's like 10 seconds to a minute. You get to decide. If you don't want to go searching for my stuff, just fill out that link, that form, and I will actually either text you and or email you the link to it, so you don't have to go chasing for it. It will be right there in your inbox or in your text message. Click it, and then you can start your workout wherever you are. And I'm going to show you, like, I'm practically almost anywhere in regular clothes, workout clothes, just trying to make it easy for you. Okay, again, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.